Understanding ADHD in men, symptoms, management, and recovery. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by patterns of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. While often associated with children, ADHD can continue into adulthood and remains commonly underdiagnosed in men. Adult men with ADHD might struggle with unique challenges, including substance abuse as self-medication, emotional dysregulation, and subsequent impacts on their quality of life and relationships. Prevalence and symptoms. ADHD in men is prevalent but often overlooked. While it is commonly associated with symptoms such as hyperactivity, impulsiveness and inattention, many people with adult ADHD also struggle with substance abuse, emotional dysregulation. This means that they have difficulty managing their emotions and responding appropriately in different situations. Additionally, many men turn to substances like alcohol or drugs to cope with these feelings, not realizing they might be masking the symptoms of ADHD. What is emotional dysregulation? Emotional dysregulation is a decreased ability to control emotional responses. This can result in emotional reactions that are disproportionate to the situation. People who have problems with emotional regulation may be seen to overreact in certain scenarios. Some are quick to anger, whilst others may be quick to cry. Generally speaking, people who struggle to regulate their emotions experience more intense feelings on a more regular basis, leading to emotional episodes that can resemble tantrums. That being said, emotional dysregulation can present itself in many ways and isn't just limited to emotional outbursts. Other markers of emotional dysregulation include struggling to identify and understand what you're feeling, e.g., feeling happy and frustrated at the same time. Having trouble understanding what other people might be feeling, e.g., not realizing someone is upset, or being unempathetic in a situation. Feeling lots of emotions at once and shutting down due to being overwhelmed. How does emotional dysregulation impact a person's life? Emotional dysregulation can have a significant impact on a person's life. Professional career. People with emotional dysregulation may struggle in the workplace due to difficulties managing their emotions effectively. For example, they may struggle with anger management, leading to conflicts with coworkers and resulting in strained work relationships or a negative working environment. Interpersonal relationships. People with emotional dysregulation may have difficulty maintaining healthy relationships with friends, family members and romantic partners. Intense emotional reactions, mood swings, and impulsive behaviors can strain relationships and cause conflict. Another aspect of ADHD emotion dysregulation is not always being able to identify how other people might feel, or be sensitive to their emotions. If a loved one is unhappy, a person with ADHD might not always recognize it and therefore may not offer an appropriate emotional response or the support that is needed, leading to relationships feeling one-sided. Over time, a seeming lack of emotional awareness can lead to the breakdown of relationships. Additionally, emotional dysregulation can cause issues with trust and intimacy, leading to difficulties in forming and maintaining relationships, particularly romantic ones. Mental health. People with ADHD are at an increased risk of developing mental health conditions, such as anxiety and depression, as well as conduct disorder and sleep issues. All of these conditions can lead to impaired emotional control. Over time, emotional dysregulation can lead to feelings of hopelessness, low self-esteem and self-doubt, which can exacerbate mental health symptoms for conditions such as depression. To help cope with such feelings, people with ADHD may turn to substance abuse. It's thought that approximately 30% of adults with ADHD have abused drugs at some stage. Substance abuse can exacerbate emotional regulation issues and cause strained personal and professional relationships. Physical health. People with emotional dysregulation are at an increased risk of physical health problems such as headaches, muscle tension and heart disease. Frequent intense emotions and stress can also have a physical impact, such as increased cortisol levels and a suppressed immune system. Quality of life. Those with emotional dysregulation problems often experience a lower quality of life compared to those who are able to manage their emotions effectively. Emotional dysregulation can lead to difficulties in maintaining stable relationships, a successful career, and good mental health, which can all contribute to a lower overall quality of life. How to improve your emotional regulation skills. Although emotional dysregulation can be frustrating, there are some techniques that may help. One technique might be useful, or a combination of multiple techniques could be the most practical approach. Some of the ways that emotional regulation skills can be improved include: step back and name your emotions. It's easy for people with ADHD and emotional dysregulation to feel overwhelmed by lots of different emotions at once, and it can sometimes be difficult to pinpoint exactly what is being felt. However, if you feel that you're getting to a point where you've overwhelmed and likely to have an emotional outburst as a result, take a moment to step back and see if you can identify your feelings. For example, you could take a moment to realize that you feel frustrated about one thing and nervous about another, and this combination is what is making you feel overcome with emotion. Once you know more about the individual feelings you're feeling, it's easier to come up with a plan to tackle them. Write it out. Some people find it more useful to write about their feelings as opposed to speaking about them. If you're the type of person who is more articulate in written form than verbally, then this could be a good approach for you to take. Try and explain what you're feeling and why you might be feeling it, as well as any possible solutions. Exercise instead of react. Oftentimes, people who struggle to regulate their emotions react quickly and rashly, typically in the heat of the moment. It can sometimes be hard not to, especially if you're feeling angry or upset, but reacting when emotions are running high can lead to poor outcomes. Before you react to something, try to clear your head first. A good way to do this is to exercise. Not only does exercising help your overall mental health, this is a good technique if you have comorbid conditions like depression or anxiety, but it can give you time to calm down, evaluate the situation, and think about your next steps. Listen to music, or play an instrument. Music has been found to lower levels of anxiety, making it a good way to step back and recharge if you're feeling nervous or overly anxious about something. Anxiety can lead to abrupt decisions and social isolation, so it's important to take measures to try and limit its impact on your life and your relationships. Classical music is a good option as it has a calming effect, but playing an instrument can be cathartic, too. Make a list of your coping mechanisms. Everyone has different ways of coping with their emotions. If you know what helps you, such as going on a walk, having a cup of tea, reading a book, making voice notes about how you feel, or even going for a nap, write them down and reference them when you feel emotional. This way, you can see what works best for you in each situation. Management and recovery. Managing ADHD involves a multifaceted approach. Firstly, seeking professional help is crucial. A healthcare provider can offer diagnoses and tailor treatment options like medication and behavioral therapy. Practical actions for managing ADHD symptoms. Exercise. Regular physical activity helps improve concentration, mood, and energy levels. Activities like running, cycling, or team sports can also reduce impulsivity. Diet. A balanced diet can significantly impact ADHD symptoms. Foods rich in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and complex carbohydrates are beneficial. Avoiding excessive caffeine and sugar can also help regulate energy levels and focus. Routine. Establishing a structured daily routine helps reduce chaos and improve focus. This includes consistent sleep patterns, meal times, and designated work periods. Mindfulness and relaxation. Techniques such as meditation, yoga, or even simple breathing exercises can help manage stress and emotional spikes. It's important to seek help. Understanding the signs of ADHD and accepting the need for help is the first step towards recovery. Men are encouraged to overcome the stigma associated with mental health issues and seek support. Effective management of ADHD is not only possible but also empowering. It leads to improved relationships, greater personal satisfaction, and professional success. By addressing ADHD head-on, men can transform their challenges into strengths, paving the way for a more focused, fulfilling life. Remember, you're never alone on this journey. For support and resources, reach out to https://www.healthdirect.gov.au/partners/AD Foundation Australia. Subscribe, www.youtube.com/@bravemindman. Follow me, https://www.instagram.com/bradstyle_creates.